You are stuck.
Hang on, Anthony, I want to ask you, can you steel man her position?
I'm not sure what you mean, Rohan. I would think that me stealing in her position would be like lending support to it. That's my perception of steel manning.
Okay, so my
people go and kill every single German after World War II? No, that never happened. So why is it okay to even insinuate that's okay for any group of people to assassinate and murder?
So they lost huge amounts of money, and so the whole system unraveled because everybody was trading these instruments with this bad debt. So massive amount of bad debt that was hidden in these instruments that were A-rated. That's what happened there, and it wasn't accountants that were involved. It was literally bankers that put all this together, and that's what happened. I mean, there was a movie that came out years ago. It's a good movie, and how one of the guys from one of the banks, no, not one of the banks. It was a smaller financial institution, like or trading, commodities trading, or or investment group. They were in the same building as one of the big banks. One guy came in and thought he was in the wrong office, and he mentioned something, and then realized he was in the wrong office, and then he left. And one of the guys, and this was like a 6 or 8 man operation, and the guy that came in was going to like Lehman Brothers or I don't know, one of the major banks that was in the building. But anyways, he left, and it sparked the interest of one of the guys that was there, and he started doing some digging, and then he actually went down to like Florida and realized like these strippers, literally strippers, were owning 5 or 6 homes each. And then he unraveled the whole thing, and then it started creeping out. And then like Lehman Brothers, I think Lehman Brothers was in the movie, where the president or the CEO, they didn't know about any of this stuff. They had no idea. And then they started investigating it, and they found that the investments that they held, most of their investments that they held that were worth billions of dollars, were worthless. So what they tried to do, and they did, is they started selling off all their investments the next day, and selling them off at a discount. And then people started realizing, why the hell are they doing that? And then people started looking into it, and then the whole thing crashed down. And no joke, no lie, I knew a guy. He, who's average, working class. He retired. He went to Vegas because Vegas got hit really hard. He bought, I don't know, like 6 or 8 houses for $40,000 or $50,000 a piece, and these were $1 million homes. Mm-hmm. And he was living in one of these homes. He retired down there. The rest he rented out. He literally has, and he told me, I have horse stalls for horses, and I have maids' quarters, and I can't afford neither. But he says, I love my house. But literally, the guy, he worked, he owned a cafeteria, and, he didn't make much money. I mean, I made $100,000 a year, $80,000, $100,000 a year.
Yeah, a lot of people lost money, but a lot of people made money as well.
Well, he didn't make any money. He just he retired in 2008.
What I meant by they kind of bought things on the market that were kind of really below market value. Like, for example, the houses that were $1 million homes for $40,000-$50,000.
Yes.
That is a bargain.
Yeah, it was. He did it not because he wasn't planning on doing it. He just thought, wow, these houses are cheap. And there were...
The banks were trying to offload them, weren't
they? These $1 million homes were hit the hardest because they're the ones that, these people, middle class, who wanted, and it's always the middle class or upper middle class that want to live wealthy.
Yeah.
So they're the ones that mostly bought these exorbitant, homes that they could not afford, because that's the nature of the middle class and upper middle class, at least here in the U.S. And that's one of my problems when I was in accounting, and that's why most people are liars, because a lot of them, 9 out of 10 of them, their lives were fake. Like, I was shocked to find out.
Yeah, it's keeping up with the Jonases.
I was shocked. I was like, wait, I'm in a much better financial position than any of my clients. But they have these nice houses. They have these expensive cars. They take vacations all the
Very
time.
similar to England. A lot of people they live a lifestyle they can't afford because a lot of it's on finance.
Here too. It's insane.
This happened with, hi guys, and this is what you're talking about. So when COVID hit, so I know some people from a friend, whatever, she's on the hospital, whatever, she's up there, director of hospital, so she knows a lot of surgeons. These surgeons, of course, they make a shitload of money, okay? So, of course, every home, everything they have, they can afford. But once COVID hit, surgeries, they couldn't do surgeries, and they were getting paid accordingly. So now the bankroll wasn't coming in. The stress that they were in was enormous. One person, when they told me their whole situation, I looked at her, I'm like, are you crazy?